Welcome to Burning Bright, a weekly podcast presenting poetry and prose from Passager. Passager recently published its 2020 Poetry Contest issue. Next week, we'll be reading a couple pieces by the winner of this year's contest. This week, though, two poems by finalists from past poetry contests. Ruth Mota said she was overcome by the passion of poetry when a Spanish woman in her English class at Oberlin College read aloud from Garcia Lorca's Bodas de Sangre. Here's Ruth Mota's poem, Women Cooking Chicken. How unlike the chicken of my youth, these skinless thighs and breasts, severed and tightly wrapped in cellophane, labeled organic and cage-free. Spared the sight of blood and scent of ripened flesh, I need nothing but a quick hot wash to plop my pullet in the pan. At 13, my first chicken came without a pedigree, blanketed in plain pink paper from Ducka's butcher shop. I stood confronted by a whole chicken except for head and feet and the pulled feathers that left her skin erupting, just like mine. I laid her naked on her back across the cutting board, shoved my hand through the viscous hole between her legs to retrieve her heart, her twisted neck, whatever giblets were. My mother put me to this task without instruction, so my blade landed dull false cuts before I clipped her joints, divided up the body parts I dusted and dunked in sizzling oil. So many millions of women in the world have washed the fetid fat of chicken from their fingers. I once saw a sugarcane farmer's wife on a plantation in Brazil chase a chicken with her machete, slit its throat. She wrapped her own legs, ribboned with purple veins, around a bucket of scalding water to pluck its feathers. That tough old hen who pecked for scratch will never sizzle in a frying pan, but boil for hours, to flavor soup, to feed a dozen children, beak and claws afloat, yesterday's bread sopping up her juice. As I lay my platter down now upon my table and watch my daughter's greasy fingers fiddle with crispy thighs and breasts, I wonder how, when they are women, will they relate to chickens? Will they find it too grotesque to touch such flesh, let alone consume it? Or will a uniformed woman, wrapping in a factory, make their slaughtered poultry palatable? Women Cooking Chicken by Ruth Mota, from Passager's 2018 contest issue. Ruth said, although I never killed a chicken until I was in the Peace Corps in Brazil, as a child I knew our butcher and confronted a slaughtered chicken in a more conscious, visceral way. Ruth lives near Santa Cruz, California. Next, a poem by Letha Kendrick. Letha grew up on a farm in southern Kentucky. She said that as a child, when she wasn't reading a book on the window seat and looking out at the horizon, she was most at home in fields or barns. Here's her poem, The Absentee Nana Fixes Her Solitary Lunch. It has to be all of them, not just the oranges, though these are the sweetest ones in years. And not only the apple, though yesterday the apple was plenty. No, today it is everything cut up, everything, juicing the counter and my arms, leaving a trail of peels and cores. Grapefruit, blueberry, apple, the coreless, not to be thought careless, banana, and the too sweet to be believed orange. Bright orange cells, swelled and tear-shaped, make me miss everyone I love. Miss fixing lunches for someone other than myself. Blue, red, banana ivory, grapefruit, purple, pink. I know how to get them. Not the fruits, the long-gone daughters in their busy lives. The grandchildren for whom my cooking must be an acquired taste. Bright salad in a clear bowl and homemade reheated chicken soup, thick with rice and spinach. Which of the little ones is it that hates greens? The closest daughter's 300 miles away, too far for a photo text to tempt, and "Miss you so much, Mom," might induce guilt. I hit delete and eat it all myself. The Absentee Nana Fixes Her Solitary Lunch by Letha Kendrick from Passager's 2017 Poetry Contest issue. 2 food poems. I guess I was hungry when I put this episode together. To subscribe to Passager or learn more about Passager and its commitment to writers over 50, go to passagerbooks.com. I said earlier that Passager recently released its 2020 Poetry Contest issue. Several poets from that issue will be part of an online reading, Sunday, November 8th at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. For more information about how to attend that reading, go to passagerbooks.com and click on Events at the top of the page. You can download Burning Bright from Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts and various other podcast apps. For Kendra, Mary, Christine, and the rest of the Passager staff, I'm John Shore.